Hello people, how are you? Welcome once again to my YouTube channel. Kama kawaida, my name is Wangethi Modoni. In case you're new here, welcome to my YouTube channel. We love visitors, we appreciate visitors. Please make sure that if you like my content, just give me a subscription, like the video, and also comment down here below and tell me how you like my content. In case you're an old gang member, thank you so much for coming back. I really do appreciate having you a lot. I really do. So guys, today I have an amazing topic and I know that you don't want to miss, so make sure that you do not change this channel. So guys, welcome back. So guys, today we're talking about, have you ever been in a situation, or are you in that situation whereby you want to make a certain decision but you don't really know, and you're not really sure if that is the right decision? You're just there. Hey, is it this one? Should I make this decision? How will it be? Is it this the right decision that I should be making? So that is why we're here, guys, because I want us to talk about how can I know that the decision I'm making is the right decision for me? Yes, how can you know, and how can I know that the decision that I'm making is the right decision for me? The first thing I will ask you, is it necessary? Okay, first thing that you need to ask yourself is this decision really necessary? If it is necessary, is it urgent? There's some decisions that you just have to, it's either you make them there or you never make them at all. So how urgent is it? If it is urgent, how urgent is it? If it is not that urgent, I believe that time is the best, as in time makes things fall into place. So if it is not that urgent, allow time to help you make that decision. If it is urgent, okay, if it is urgent, the second thing I want you to ask yourself is, am I ready for the consequences of the decision that I'll make? Am I ready for those consequences? For example, let me give you an example. I wanted to do something. I wanted to venture into something, and well, I kept asking people, what do you think about this? How do you think about this? Well, how do you think about this? And everybody had a different response. And for myself, I also had a different response. And the thing was, I knew I had some certain, I was really so much fearing the consequence of getting into that. I was like, really, am I really ready to face that consequence? Am I ready to get into that situation? And the reason why I was asking was to know if people thought the same way as I was thinking. And oh, yes, they were. They were thinking the same thing that I was thinking, which means that that was not the right decision because I was not ready for the consequences. Then I also wanted to do something else that I've been really wanting to do for some time. And I asked myself, am I ready for the consequence? And am I ready for the outcome? It may work, it may not work. Are you ready for that? And I was like, well, I really felt so challenged to step into it. I was like, even if it doesn't work, I'll have learned something that will take me to the next step. Actually, I didn't even take time to ask people, do you think this one will work for me? Actually, you know what? Sometimes I just have to make personal decisions. Sometimes some decisions are just so personal. So sometimes it's also very important to make those personal decisions. It's you and you alone. Yani, there's no that party. Yani, you just have to make those decisions. The first thing I was so scared of the reason why I didn't ask people about the second decision was because I knew what I wanted. And I knew I was ready for the consequence of the decision. And if I asked somebody and they gave me something else, it would have maybe pushed me behind, and I wouldn't have been able to do what I wanted to do. So the thing is, what I'm talking about is, are you ready? You need to ask yourself, am I ready to face the consequence of this decision that I'm about to make? Will I be proud of the results? Will I be proud of the results? Yeah, sorry. Will I be proud of the results? If the answer is no, just know that is not your thing. Number three, the other thing that you need to ask yourself, is it in line with my purpose? Yes, the first thing I wanted to do, I knew the first thing I knew was that it could have completely diverted me from my purpose. Like ile ya kabisa, it could have diverted me from my purpose because it has absolutely nothing to do with what I really am called into, the ministry that I have been called into. Well, it's a good source of income, man. Yes, it is, but maybe that's not my field. It's just not my field. So if whatever decision you want to take is not taking you to your purpose, then just know that that is not the decision you're supposed to make. That side of the decision, it's not yours. Yeah, so just let it be. So let me give you an example. For example, you are a preacher and you want to make a decision on starting a club business. Mm-hmm. Yes, you are a preacher and you want to start, you are thinking of starting a club business. Yes. So the first thing that you have to ask yourself, is this really in line with my calling? Is this in line with my purpose in life? My purpose is to call people into the kingdom of God. I open a club and I'll take people to the kingdom of hell. So that is not aligning to God's will in my life. So you just let it be and know that that is not yours. That part of the decision is not for you. The other thing is pray about it. Well, praying about it may be tricky because sometimes let's be honest. Let's talk. I want us to talk, what? I want us to talk. You know, sometimes you pray. I have prayed. For me, let me say, when when I have something that is really emotional, something that is bothering me, like I really need urgent relief, and I tell God about it, the first thing is that He gives me instant relief, like instant hapo hapo. But sometimes I pray to God about something. Maybe I want to make a decision. God will not come to you and tell you, Lucy, apana, make this decision. Make this decision. Maybe, okay, there's some that maybe God will come to you, maybe through a dream, or maybe give you certain signs. Yes, but maybe some of us don't have those signs. How can you know that? Yes, I have prayed about it. How can I know that God is with me in this decision? They say that, I don't know whether it is in the Bible or it's just a saying, that God can either tell you a no, and when He tells you no, it simply means that He's just protecting you. That thing is not yours, or maybe the time that you're asking for that thing is not the time that you're supposed to have that thing. You get it? So another time, God will also tell you yes, or maybe He may tell you to wait. So you're here, you have prayed about it. How can you know that God is telling you, no, this is not for you? The first thing is that when you get to that thing, then itakuwa tu ina bounce, ina bounce, ina bounce, ina bounce, ina bounce. Like mine bounced. Yani ili bounce tu. Ili bounce. Yani ili bounce. Ili bounce. Yangu ili bounce, by the way. And things didn't go as I expected them to do, because every time I tried, napata tu nika milango yote imefungwa. So that's simply like God is telling you, you know what, this is not what you're supposed to be doing. The other thing, if God is telling you to wait, for example, maybe God may put you in a place and you want an elevation, or maybe you want Him to take you to the next level, but God knows, this is not the right time for you to go there. So sometimes He may make you just ukae tu kwa hiyo level huko for some time, because He knows the right time when you need that promotion. So if you want to know that God is telling you to like wait, maybe sometimes you may be trying, even you may fika mahali you feel like you're so frustrated and you want to quit it, and then He comes and gives you the strength to keep going on. Yeah, ushafika mahali you're like, I'm going to quit it, I'm not going to do this anymore, then you find yourself still doing it. Yeah, so that is God simply telling you what you're doing is okay. All I need for you to do is to just be patient, and I'm going to give you what it is that you need at the right time. Okay, and when God tells you no, yes, that's simply automatic. Things start falling into place automatically. Yeah, so what I was talking about, the other thing is, if you want to, when you have prayed about it, let me give you a story so that I can, praying about it, when I talk about praying about it, sometimes God answers maybe a little bit weird. And I want to share with you my story. It's a little bit personal. It's a little bit personal, but it's a story that may be of importance to you, may be of help to you, because okay, when I finished campus, okay, when I got born again, I knew that the first thing that I wanted was to create time for myself and be able to know myself, be able to know God and all that. So when I finished campus and I'm out here and have graduated and everything, I thought that now this is the right time for me to get to a relationship. And here I come, I get this guy and all that, and things start going into place. And then I'm like, well, I really don't want. I always prayed to God. You know what, God, I don't want to be the one to lead myself. I just want you to be the one to always lead me. So here I go, and I'm like, God, I just need some time to just go and pray about it. I just need something to talk to you about it. And I went to God and prayed, really prayed about it, and told God, God, you know what? If this is not it, don't let me get to it. Don't let me go on this path. If it is not for me, usiache hadi ni waste time yangu kwa hiyo. And on the last day of the prayers, I told God, God, I'm not going to come out of this place without hearing your voice. Talk to me, tell me, give me a direction, show me the way. If it is a no, it's okay. I'll understand, and I'll be just fine. I'll be fine. I'll be really fine. I'll be like, you just protected me from maybe harm and all that. But not on the last day of the prayers. I expected God to tell me no or yes, or maybe yes, this is your husband. Or yes, definitely that is what I expected. But that night, the last day of my prayers, because I'd already been almost given up on God answering me, and I hear this voice. I'm going to sleep, and I hear this voice, follow your heart. And I'm like, who? Lucy, stop talking to yourself. Unajua ile moment unaendanga kulala, kuna kale ka moment ka meditation. And I take that moment of meditation to meditate and think about it. It's so frustrated that God even has not told me anything about this whole thing. So I hear a voice telling me, follow your heart. And I'm like, Lucy, stop talking to yourself. As in, how can God tell you to follow your heart? As in, since when did God start telling people, follow your heart? So I'm like, that is just me talking to myself. I go back to sleep. And the second time I hear, follow your heart. And I have these emotions, this creation of emotion, and I feel so much love within me towards this guy. And then I hear the voice, follow your heart. And I'm like, Lucy, stop all this, stop dreaming. How can you be talking? It's you talking to yourself. And I go back to sleep. In another time, I feel the same emotions, and then I'm told, follow your heart. And I'm like, well, I think God is talking to me. God just told me to follow my heart, and I didn't know how to react. As in, why don't you tell me yes or no? As in, why don't you just tell me if it is him or it is not him? He just tells me, follow your heart. And all I did was, I thought the reason why God told me, follow your heart. And I thought that was the best answer that God could have given me, because I had so many emotions. Like, my emotions were everywhere. I had so much to work on in me, like my emotions, how I deal with people, how I deal with my emotions, with my attitude. So it was really not about God coming here. Yes, it's all about God, but it was about me working out this relationship. First, work out on myself, because if I was to go with the same emotions that I was having into this relationship, then it was really not going to work out. So what God was simply telling me, yes, follow your heart, but there's some things that you need to work on in you. Yeah, there's some things that you need to work on. There's some things that you need to really understand. Yeah, there's some things that you really need to understand, and I have come to understand that with time. Maybe by then it didn't make sense to me. I didn't understand what God was telling me, but with time I have come to understand this is what God was trying to tell me. just follow your heart. So if it comes somewhere and things are not working, can't talk to God and tell God, God, you're the one who told me he's the person, and now it is not working. See what you lied to me. God, I can never tell God that, because God didn't tell me that this is the person. He just told me, you know what? Just follow your heart. He just created the emotions in me and told me, just follow your heart. So it is a working process. It is me to work for the relationship, and the other person to work for the relationship and make things work. You get it? So sometimes it's good to understand what God is trying to tell you, especially when you're about to make a decision that is major in your life. And the other thing, the last thing, is step into it, do it, be consistent. If you feel that, yes, now this is the decision that I should make in my life, and you feel really convinced to do it, and you feel that you have the blessings of God, step into it and start doing it. Be consistent, be patient. It doesn't work overnight. Be patient, and with time it shall come to work. Everything shall be fine. Yes, I hope that you have been helped. I hope that sharing a bit of my story has also helped you to know how you can be able to know if you're making the right decision in your life. Till we meet next time, my name is Wangeli Modoni. Ciao, and don't forget to subscribe, like, and comment.